I got a tweet recently from @BurgermeisterMB that said, "Yo, I love burgers, but people keep making them too tall and I can't fit them in my mouth. Question, for a standard human jaw, what is the upper limit of a burger height such that you can bite through top to bottom in one chomp?" And that's a good question, Burgermeister MB. What is the biggest burger that I can fit in my mouth? Because I get told all the time that I have a big mouth. That's partially due to the fact that I really like talking and you can't trust me with secrets. But I've always wondered why I struggle so much when it comes to these massive burgers. And also, what's the point of serving a burger where you have to take it apart to eat it? That's not a burger, is it? So I like this question and I wanted to tackle it. So the first thing I had to do to find the answer was find out what is the standard human jaw's height. How high can you open a jaw? On mskcc.org, I found out that the standard human jaw can open up somewhere between 35 millimeters and 55 millimeters. So that's 3.5 centimeters to 5.5 centimeters if you're metric, like this guy, or if you're not metric, like some weirdo, it's 1.4 inches to 2.2 inches. Basically, the width of 3 fingers. Yeah, I mean, obviously it depends on how big your fingers are, but roughly you should be able to fit 3 fingers in your mouth. I've tried it and I can do it. I'm not going to show you because you guys screenshot that stuff and I don't want to look silly. But what I did is I went onto Twitter to find out if it really is true as the average amount. So I put up this little figure here that is on the website and I asked people, can you fit 3 fingers in your mouth? Now the first thing you'll find out if you put that on Twitter is you will be sent a lot of photos of people putting their hands in their mouths, and it does not feel very safe for work. Secondly, during a time when hand hygiene is probably very, very important, probably shouldn't encourage people to put their hands in their mouths. I mean, you're doing it right now. I know at least 9 out of 10 of you right now have got your fingers in your mouth, don't you, dirty little so-and-sos? So-and-sos? And if you don't have them in your mouth right now, you've tried it and you've taken them out. Make sure you wash them and make sure they're in your hands. Learned that the hard way. Now, I found a few other variations as well. Some people said that they could fit 4. Some people could say they fit even more than 4, which is insane. But they're very willing to tell me about it, and some people sent photos of those too. And some people said they could only fit 2 or fewer. Sometimes that was due to a condition, other times just got a little jaw, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We're all human and we're all different. Though interestingly, Amateur Saman, who is a fantastic musical comedian and, more importantly in this case, doctor, said that if you can only fit 2 or less fingers in your mouth, and you go for surgery, you should let your doctor know, because that could cause problems when they're trying to put the tube in to help you breathe. So yeah, there you go. Just make sure you do that. I'm saving lives. But back to burgers. I actually measured my fingers as well, so you can see what 3 for me is. So it's ever so roughly 5 centimeters or 50 millimeters. So that's right, it's correct. It's within those averages given. So my jaw, probably between 5 and 6 centimeters when I open it up. So I went online, and if you don't know what online is, it's the internet, and it's where you're watching this video. Imagine if you weren't. Imagine if you're just watching. Imagine if you weren't on the internet right now. You're just watching me in my house, just putting your fingers in your mouth. It's real creepy. It's real creepy. So I ordered the tallest burger from the menu of 5 different big franchise burger places in the UK. I'm not going to name them because they don't sponsor these videos, and if you're not going to sponsor me, you don't get no mention. That seems fair. The other thing is, when a burger arrives, it looks so much taller on the website. Like lovely Matt Heighton, who edits these, he'll put up some photos of them compared. A lot of these burgers did not turn out the way that they are advertised on the website, but they're still taller than 5 centimeters, so I'll give them that. I not only wanted to get the tallest burgers from the menus, but I wanted to get a nice mix of what goes in them, because obviously different people have different tastes. So some of them are beef burgers, one's a chicken burger, and then I've got an all plant-based burger, which was a vegan one, which was actually delicious. The first one was 6 centimeters tall, but I managed to just sneak it in and it was a success. Yay, got through in one bite. The second burger was a very popular burger, 7 centimeters tall, but I was still able to just get it in. I think I've got a technique where you kind of like hook it in over the lower teeth and then get your top jaw over it. So I managed to get that. I was pretty proud of that. The third burger was 7.3 centimeters tall, which is only 0.3 centimeters taller than the last one, but I really struggled with it. And I think it's because it was a chicken burger. It's like 2 chicken fillets, which doesn't have much give to it. So it's a lot harder to squeeze in. So I managed to get a bite, but like barely anything. It was really difficult. And then the next burger, the fourth one, was 7.5 centimeters, which again is only 0.2 centimeters taller. And nah, I couldn't get it in. I just couldn't get it past my massive teeth. So that wasn't happening. And then the final burger was an insane 10 centimeters tall. So I think I barely tried. But Beck, I hear you say, when you're eating a burger that's too big, you just squish it so it's smaller and fits in your mouth. And that's a good point. So what do you think I did? That's right. I squished my burgers. So the first burger that was originally 6 centimeters, when squished, was only 5 centimeters. So it was even easier to get in my mouth. I could probably do like 1 and a bit of those. Just. The next burger that was 7 centimeters originally, when I squished it, 5.5, although it made the grossest sound when I squished it. I wish this was one of those ASMR ones and I had like a really cool mic next to it, because it was like, I'm doing it to my mic here. That's the sound it made when I squished the burger. It was gross. So yeah, it went down to 5.5 centimeters, which is 1.5 centimeters fewer. That's right, I did some maths. So yeah, I was able to get that back in my mouth pretty easily. The third burger, which I really struggled with originally, that was 7.3 centimeters, when I squished it, it was only 7 centimeters. And again, I think that's because of the chicken. I only lost 0.3 centimeters by squishing it. But I managed to get it in my mouth, didn't I? The fourth burger, that started out at 7.5 centimeters, then went down to 7 centimeters, which, as you may remember from my unsquished burgers, was the highest amount I was able to get into my mouth. And I was just able to get it in, managed to get my bite in. Yay! And the final fifth burger, which had been 10 centimeters to start with, when I squished it down as much as I could, came in to 8 centimeters. I lost a full 2 centimeters off of it. My theory, it's a brioche bun. They look big, there's a lot of height in them, but when you squish them, there's a lot of air in them. So I lost a lot of height from that, but unfortunately, it was a no-go. Well, I say it's a no-go. I did actually manage to get a full bite, and I was so excited until I took off the top and found secret onion rings. Untouched, no bite of them. And my rule was I had to get it all through everything, top to bottom in one chomp. And I didn't. I missed those sneaky little ninja onion rings. So in conclusion, basically your burger shouldn't be higher than 3 fingers. That's the easiest way to go about this. But if you want to be more specific, I guess just get really good at squishing. If you can squish a burger down to 5 centimeters or whatever it is that your jaw allows, and then go for gold, my friend. And if you can't, I don't know, eat pizza. It's arguably better. You can just post it through. Post it through? Letterboxes are mounts for your house. If you watch this episode and you're like, yeah, that's kind of helpful, Beck, but you didn't quite go into it in too much detail, and I'd like a bit more maths, then that's okay, because this was originally a problem posed to me via a podcast I do with Matt Parker, who is a mathematician, and it's called A Problem Squared. We talk about it in a lot more depth there, so go check it out. It's going to be the most recent episode that comes out at the time of this one. Also, extra mystery, right? This is the weirdest part. So at Burgermeister MB, when I went to look at their profile, they have no picture, they have no tweets, they have no followers, they don't follow anyone, and their only tweet was to the Problem Squared Twitter account. That's the only people that they've tweeted with that question. Someone created a Twitter account just to ask that question. I hope I answered it. That's so much effort to ask a question. It's a conspiracy. If you like this, check out my other videos, depending where you're watching this. I upload them wherever I can. It's Beck Hill Comedian, pretty much across the board on every social media platform. Or Be Chill Comedian if you say it wrong. So that's the sound of putting up links or something. If you think you know which burgers I talk about, you're welcome to debate about them in the comments as well. Go for it. And in fact, because those burger joints didn't sponsor me, but it cost me a lot of money to get all those burgers, you can sponsor me by donating to my Ko-fi account, ko-fi.com/BeckHill. Donate there. And if you want to know what the burgers were, tell me when you donate and I'll write back and I'll tell you what the burgers were. How's that? Yeah, that sounds like a deal. I think I've covered everything. Is that it? Yeah. Burger blink.